What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. This time, I am back for the Monifah Iyanla Fix My Life. I really enjoyed this episode. I felt like this episode was a beautiful episode because both people, both mother and daughter, were willing to do the work, hear each other, let each other have their own experiences. And when you have that type of environment with two types of people that are in agreement to healing and becoming better and having a better relationship, then this shows what Fix My Life is about. Not, oh, I'm on Iyanla Fix My Life, but I'm just here just to put my story out there so I can get some attention. And that's that. We have a lot of people that's like that, y'all. They're not committed to their healing. So let me just say that first. Okay, so let's get off into it. First off, how bad is Monifah? She was so fly, honey. She looked so fabulous. I love them boots. I love the side ponytail, honey, with the braid. Yes, she was giving it to me. Beautiful. I've always liked Monifah. Monifah is a recording artist. She's a singer. And I believe, what, was it Heavy D that discovered her? I know she used to work with him a lot and they were close. But yeah, she was on R&B Divas. I'm upset that R&B Divas went away. I really enjoyed the show because you got all these women with these beautiful voices. All of them are beautiful. I love Monifah and Therese. That's the woman that she's with. I love their relationship. I really loved it on that show. We also know of her daughter, Akemi. She's very beautiful too. I was like, oh, head, everybody look good, child, mother and daughter. But yeah, very beautiful girl, very soft-spoken. She's very different from Monifah. Okay, so first off, I'm going to say this. We also know that Monifah, if you watch R&B Divas, they covered this. Monifah didn't fully raise her daughter on her own. Monifah used to be on drugs and, you know, she used to do alcohol and that type of thing. And she was in and out of her daughter's life. I think her mother primarily raised the girl, but Monifah stepped in, you know. So that is pretty much their dynamic. We discovered that Monifah was raped. Monifah was raped at 17. And Monifah said that she kept it inside and didn't tell her mother. We all know that that is very common on this show. A lot of people are raped and they don't tell their mother. And she said she just buried it inside. And when you do that, you begin to feel ashamed of yourself. And it begins to come out in other ways with drinking, sexual promiscuity. Like, when you go through traumas like that and you don't properly deal with them, I had an incident that I'll probably be sharing in my next book I come out with. I had an incident with my daughter and this other person, I'll say. I'm not going to really go into details because I want to save that for the book, but it was very traumatic for my daughter to see me interact in that way. And as a mother, I was cognizant of that. I was aware of that, you know, we all have moments in our childhood that changes us. And if we are not talked to, if the situation is not properly explained, if the child is not able to feel and deal with their feelings and emotions, that could damage you as an adult. And I am proud of myself that I was clear enough with all the shit that I've been through that this is my child. I don't want her to go through what I went through because we are a product of what's not healed inside of us. And a lot of our parents that come from that 50s, 60s, 70s generation that don't really want to fucking talk, they do us a disservice when they don't communicate with us and they just give orders. Oh, don't have sex. Oh, don't do this. Oh, don't do, never why. And really breaking down how to interact with new stages of life you may find yourself in. You need to be communicated to, not just don't do it and watch mama live her life. It's too much of that. But yeah, I took my daughter into counseling, and it was so therapeutic. I was able to get a lot of stuff off my chest. My daughter was able to express and feel hurt and disappointed at a certain situation that she saw her mom in. And we were able to heal. You know, my daughter doesn't really bring up the situation. She's at peace with it, you know. So I'm happy that we did that early on. Now, had we just had that experience that we went through that was very traumatic, that really did change my life and her life, had we not did that, then my daughter would grow up and that would just be trauma that I ain't dealt with. I just said, oh, well, you know, it happened, babe. And sometimes stuff like that in life happen. No, I went and got help. It wasn't, oh, I saw a bruise or a burn and I went to the doctor. A lot of people need something physical to happen to them before they go and get help. With our mental and emotional, that needs help as well. And I recognized that and took my daughter so quickly and made no apologies about it. Because I did have a few people, well, are you sure? Bitch, I'm sure, and it's my child. And you don't have any room for doubt. You know, when it concerns me and my child and her well-being, I'm going to get her help. I know she needs it. I don't need nothing to happen later to make her think that what happened was okay. I saw the situation, saw it was all types of fucked up, and made a decision that I wanted to be there for my baby. So, okay, so we also discovered that Monifah got pregnant at 19 with Akemi. She had plans and dreams, and the baby wasn't a part of that. I can attest to that. I know what that feels like. Monifah shares that she made several attempts to have an abortion. So she made a few appointments to have an abortion. And I went through that as well. A lot of people don't know that. When I became pregnant with my daughter, I did not want to become a mother. I had so many doubts about it, probably more about her father than her. I didn't want anything to do with him. When I realized who he was, I wanted nothing to do with him. But Monifah, she just didn't want to be a mother. You know, I think she just wanted to sing and do her thing. Okay, so Iyanla asked Monifah, well, why did you keep your child and you know you didn't want a child? And Monifah said that she was looking for a sign from God, and the sign was that a urine sample fell off the side of the sink. And Iyanla was like, oh, so spilt pee made a decision for you, huh? And I was cracking the fuck up. Then Monifah has her daughter and tells her mom she doesn't feel maternal. I felt like that was deep. That was really deep, that she didn't bond with the baby. And a lot of people, you know, they experienced that. She says she felt like her daughter was her sister. Very powerful. A lot of women feel that. We are not to say those things, though. We are, if you was to ever say it feels like my child is my sister and I'm not supposed to be a mother, society will shame the fuck out of you for that. Iyanla reminds Monifah that she never wanted her daughter, and it's not personal. And I love that she told her that, because like I just said, we always think that we shouldn't feel a certain way. You know, we'll feel a certain way about stuff and then we bury it because we know it's not what other people want to hear. And I like that Monifah received that. Like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me because I had these feelings. This is just how I felt. It wasn't personal. It wasn't the fact that I didn't want Akemi. It was the fact that I just didn't want a child at that time in my life, which I totally can relate to. So Iyanla wants Monifah to accept this truth and learn from it and heal within the process. So she wants her to accept and deal with the fact that she just did not want a child. You're not a bad person. It's nothing bad. It's just how you feel. So you don't need to feel no more guilt about that. Monifah shares she started drinking and using cocaine throughout her daughter's childhood. Monifah admits that she was present physically, but somewhere else emotionally with her daughter. She just was not at that time making that connection. And I believe she went to the alcohol and the cocaine to kind of escape and get out of her head. Okay, so next we have Akemi. She shows up to talk with Iyanla. First off, I noticed Akemi is beautiful. She says that she has a wall up when it comes to her mom. She feels uncertain about herself when she is around her mother. Very interesting. She says that she is fearful of criticism from her mother, and she never really felt that she got the warmth and the love from her mother. She also mentions that she only has a few memories of her mother, and her grandmother is the one that pretty much raised her. And she stated that when she moved in with her mom at 10, she said that it never felt quite like home. Iyanla mentions that Akemi is not committed to the process because she gave Akemi a homework assignment and realized Akemi only wrote a page and a half. Meanwhile, Monifah then wrote out 10 pages. So Monifah at this point is really committed, which is good because I just feel like as the mother, she should lead with caring. You are the parent. And I feel like a lot of parents, well, you know, they shimmy out of that. They're very numb. So I like that Monifah was invested. That showed her dedication to this. Akemi states that she felt like a pest to her mother, like she was stupid or retarded. You know, if they would do homework together, her mother would say that to her. And it's interesting, later on, Monifah says that her mother did that to her. So that was a pathology that she inherited and passed it on to her daughter. Okay, we find out Akemi got pregnant at 16 and Akemi wanted to have an abortion. Monifah told Akemi to not tell anybody about the pregnancy. So there she is teaching her daughter to keep things inside and to not feel and keep it all in. And it's so many young ladies like Akemi that get sworn into that type of secrecy and they begin to start keeping secrets and hiding their feelings and not feeling. Throughout this process, Iyanla notices that Akemi is not feeling. She's just thinking. She has these rehearsed answers. And I love how Iyanla picked up on that. We also discovered that no one talked to Akemi about being 16 and pregnant and all the emotions that come along with that. Iyanla lets Akemi know that she is allowed to be pissed off with her mother because at this point, Iyanla recognizes that Akemi keeps having all this compassion for Monifah, but not really letting and allowing herself to feel her own emotions about her mother. You know, the abandonment, you know, why weren't you there? Why did you choose drugs over me? That type of thing. You know, Akemi has buried her feelings to protect her mother. I can relate so much to that. We also find out that Akemi has 3 kids, and I was just like, 3? Shit. Why? 3? And that's what happens with a lot of children. They were not mothered. And a lot of people, like I told you guys, maybe in one of my other videos, is people are just having kids left and right. And a lot of people say, well, 3 kids ain't a lot. It is a lot when you weren't properly mothered. You weren't properly given the love. And you got 3. So I just feel like this is a lesson for her maybe to not have any more until she heals and gets better with her mother, because I just feel like you cannot give what you were not given. You really can't. And having one child, you guys, I told you, I have only one, and it's a lot. And I see people with 2 and 3 and 4, and you could just tell that they are not emotionally invested and connected with the child. The child is just a number to them. Baby number 2, baby number 3, so it's time we get really serious about how many human beings are we capable of really taking care of, and not just financially, but emotionally. You have to be there emotionally for your child, or you're going to do your child harm. Okay, so now we have Akemi and Monifah. They're now sitting down with Iyanla, and Akemi shares she didn't like when Iyanla threw a book in her lap. It made her feel stupid. And Iyanla discovers is Monifah was impatient with her daughter because her mother was impatient. Remember what I said with her. See the pattern? Now Akemi admitted that she's very impatient, has moments of fits and rage, and like she loses emotional control a bit. A lot, I should say, with her children, because that's that pathology that was passed on. Her mother yelled at her, and Iyanla throwing the book in her lap, that just kind of triggered that. And that's understandable. That's understandable that would trigger her, because if somebody's always asking, are you stupid? Are you retarded? Why you can't get that? They're impatient with you, and you're just like, and I went through that. I don't know if it was stupid or retarded. I don't know if it was those words, but I remember, my mother being very snappy with me, very impatient, just very, you inherit that, and you have to recognize it is within you and really work on getting rid of that quality, because it doesn't help your child. It just makes them feel like you don't really care. You're not really there present with them, Next, Iyanla does a daughter dollars exercise with Akemi and Monifah. And during this exercise, Iyanla allowed Monifah and her daughter to get money based off of the investment that Monifah made. So if Iyanla named something, and Monifah made that investment within her daughter, Monifah got money. And then if Akemi received certain things from Monifah, which she did a few things, she got a little bit of money off of it, but it wasn't a lot. So Iyanla recognized Monifah's mother made more investments in her than Monifah made in Akemi, and that is why their relationship is what it is now. Iyanla pretty much told her, you want all this love, and you want her to talk to you and come to you. You want her to be closer to you, but you haven't invested in her. Not even as much as your mother did you. Yeah, your mother made some mistakes with you, but she made more investments. So I thought that was very good that Iyanla brought that to Monifah's attention. And I liked how Monifah received it. So during this time, Monifah says something very powerful to me. She says, I'm starting to see things differently now. And you can really tell that Monifah was really understanding the impact that she made on her daughter's life. And, it really taught her that, yeah, I was there, but I was not present. I was there physically, but I was not really involved in my daughter's emotional health. I pushed her away. I was always gone doing my drugs, drinking. You could really tell that Monifah's wheels was spinning. And she was really thinking about the choices that she had made. Okay, so next Iyanla prepares Akemi to share her feelings with her mother. And Iyanla tells Monifah to let her daughter share her feelings, how she feels. Be there as a parent to just take it in. So Akemi and Iyanla, they do an exercise so that she can properly share her feelings with her mother. You know, like, you selfish bitch. How could you leave me? Why would you choose drugs and alcohol over me? Why did you always call me stupid and retarded when I didn't know the math problem? Or, you know, Iyanla discovers that when she's doing these exercises with Akemi is not speaking from the gut. She was very soft-spoken, you know, when she was doing it. She was just saying it. She wasn't really making a connection with her heart when she was saying it. And Akemi, once again, realizes that, you know, she's not there for her children. You know, she's there, but she's not present. And I love how, you know, they kept bringing that up, because so many people are not really with their kids. Even people that's always with their kids are not emotionally present. Okay, so next, Iyanla has Akemi and Monifah sit down, and Akemi shares how she feels with Monifah, and Monifah receives everything. She sat there, I should say, like a G, took it all in. She was, you know, facing what her daughter had to say to her, and I was here for it. I really loved it. I cried so much, you guys. I don't know about y'all, throughout this whole episode, because it was sad, but it was also transformational. You could see, like, this process of healing is really working for them. Okay, so we have the last day, honey, and I noticed Miss Monifah's earrings, honey, on day 2. They was bad. I love them earrings. Okay, so Iyanla has Akemi read a proclamation to Monifah about how she wants to be treated as an adult and how her mother missed the opportunity to be her mother as a child, you know. So they have to deal with each other as two women, not two 5-year-olds that didn't have mothers. That's pretty much what that was about. Monifah receives it well, and Monifah admits to Akemi that she was emotionally abusive. I noticed when Monifah admitted that, it really relieved Akemi, and she was able to, you know, receive it. Like, wow, my mother acknowledged that she hurt me, which is very big, I should say, in the Black community, because a lot of Black mothers, they don't care how they treated you. Oh, I'm the mother. I'm the parent. I'm the one that had you. I know, because I didn't heard it all my life. And it's just like, it's not about that. And those type of parents, all they care about is that they're older and they're the parent and they don't want to listen and they don't do the feelings thing and they don't want to hear how you feel. They just want to be treated like a damn queen, no matter how they treat you. So it's a lot of parents like that, unfortunately. And next, Iyanla asks Akemi, what did she learn from this process? Akemi says that she learned to accept and express her emotions, because y'all remember in the beginning, she was not feeling. She was just thinking and just trying to be pleasing to her mother, not really saying how she felt, you know, just using her thoughts. And she, you know, cried in the episode that showed, you know, her feelings and her emotions. I think she was crying when she was telling her mother about how she wasn't there for her. So I'm just happy that she's feeling, because so many of us, you guys, we're not feeling, we're not crying, we're not letting it out. You have to let your pain out or it could kill you. Trust me. But what I really walked away from this episode, like I stated in the beginning, is both were willing to commit to the process. So it was a beautiful episode. I wish Akemi and Monifah the best. I know that everything is going to be all right, because Monifah, as the mother, she was committed to the process. And when you have that level of commitment and the parent getting emotional with you and crying and accepting the part that they played in fucking up your life, you are in good spirits. So many parents are not willing to do that. So I wish them nothing but the best. This was the last episode of Fix My Life for the season. Very good episode. All right, you guys, I am done with this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl Brand New, and I am out.